Welcome back everyone. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Right, so this is the Sunday analysis. For you guys that don't know, we break down 5 pairs. I'll give you a bit of the news, the most important news for the pairs that we are analysing, okay? Just a quick one, if you guys want to see me analyse some different pairs or you have any suggestions, just comment it down below and I'll be more than happy to add it into my next Sunday analysis video, okay? So, let's take a look at EU. Starting off with this pair, let's have a look at structure. Let's have a look at what price action is telling us, what structure is purely telling us, okay? So, looking at structure, right, we can see that we are making clear higher highs, higher lows. We have come off the bat off a nice strong downtrend, but looking at price action, looking at what structure is just telling us, we can see that we're making higher highs, higher lows, okay? So for me, if we can continue buying this pair, I want to see price stay above this 1.19100 level, okay? If we can stay above this level, this will then be our nice higher low, and then I'd want to look for some price. I'd then want to anticipate and look for new higher highs, okay? Because as you guys know, for uptrending structure, we need to see new higher highs for the bull trend to continue and for it to be validated, okay? So if we can see a nice strong push on the 4 hour, break this level here that we had the recent high, and as we can see here, it's also a key level because we've got wick rejections and reactions here and price respecting it here. So I want to see new higher highs. I want to see price breaking this level and then returning to this 1.19900 level, okay? If we can hold at this level, we can then anticipate this as a new higher low, okay? And new higher lows, at the end of the higher lows, this is a great place to be entering within an uptrend, okay? And then we can maybe look to buy back up to this level, the 1.2100 mark, okay? But really, with this pair, we want to be trading with the trend, okay? The trend is up, we're making bullish structure. We want to be buying this pair throughout next week. If price does fail to break this level here, and we can see clear rejection, indecision, and starting to see bearish pressure on our lower time frames at this level here, we can maybe look for some sell opportunities from here, back down to this 1.19100 level. And also, if price does fail to make any higher highs and stops around here, if we then see a nice clean break of this level, I'd want to look for a nice retest and then continuation to the downside, as we need to see new higher highs when trading the uptrend, okay? This is all really going to be looking for on EU. Price is making bullish structure. We need to be sticking with the trend. Trend is your friend. Continue looking for buys until price fails to make any new higher highs, okay? Going to put the news up for EU and the US dollar right now. Most of the Euro news and the US dollar news would have been broken down on this pair already. Okay, so taking a look at UCAD, okay, if you guys follow me on my Instagram, Forex_Loz, you would have saw that I broke this down and actually had a level marked around this 1.2600 level, okay. We had price consolidating, we then had a strong push, lower low, lower high, new lower low, okay. I had my level around here where I wanted to see price pull back to and make that break and retest, but price came back to this long wick that came down here, the 1.25700 level, okay. So looking at price action, looking at purely structure, we can see we're making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, okay. So we want to only be selling this pair until we see a break of structure. But looking at the phase of the market, we are in a push phase. This is actually a really nice strong bearish candle, okay. So we are looking very bearish. I can see back here we are at a key level. But what we want to do to continue selling is we want to let price exhaust and pull back, okay. Either to this level, either to the lower low, or to the lower high, the 1.25700 mark, okay. If we can see price come back to this level, exhaust, just pull back, as price always moves in a push exhaust phase. We want to see price hold at this level, show us wick rejections, indecision candles, and show us that the bearish pressure is still there and failing to break back through. So maybe scaling down to some of our lower time frames, look for some bearish structure, and then to sell back down to some of these levels. But if price does actually decide to have a strong push on Monday and Tuesday, as this is the 4 hour time frame, it's going to take a couple days for it to run through. If we then see a strong push and close above this level, we can then anticipate to look for some buys, as we are failing to see any new lower lows, which we need to see in a downtrend. So if we break this level, I'd want to look for a simple pullback, look for price rejecting at this level, failing to break back through, and then look for some continuations on the push to the upside. So I'm going to put the news up for UCAD now. Most of it will be Canadian dollar. Most of the US dollar would have been broken down already. But for this pair, we want to be looking for some sells. The next phase we're going to be in is an exhaust phase. So look for price to stay below this level here. Okay, so pound yen is looking very, very, very bullish, right? All we're seeing is just a strong push to the upside, okay? So I've got a couple levels marked on here. I've got a few levels that I want to see price respecting and holding, right? So if we're looking at structure, we can see a push, exhaust, higher low here. If we're going to continue looking for buys, I want to see price make new higher highs, as what we always need to see when we're in an uptrend, okay? So if we can see price break this 152, 150 level, we can look for some nice higher highs, higher lows, and look for some entries at this retest of this level. If price does come back to this area, it doesn't have to, but we just want to be looking for some higher lows when entering on the uptrend, and obviously making sure we see new higher highs. But if price is actually going to fail to break this level, as we are actually seeing some wick rejections on this candle here, if we fail to see price break above this level, we can maybe scale down to our lower time frame, look for some intraday trades, look for price rejecting at this level, showing us signs of rejection to go back through or break above and make any higher highs. We can then maybe look for some bearish structure on the lower time frame back down to this 15300 level. But really, if I'm going to start looking for sales, I want to see price close strong below this level, create that new lower low we need to see for a downtrend, pull back, create that lower high, which will then indicate to us that the bears are in control, the sellers have stepped in, we are rejecting any higher prices, rejecting to go back through this level, and then maybe I'd want to look to sell back down to this 150.300 level. But overall, the trend is up. Trade with the trend, guys. It will increase your probabilities, but we want to be seeing new higher highs. If price can stay above this level here, we can maybe look for some buys, but of course we want to see a break of this level here, creating that new higher high. And if we break this level, we can look for some returns, some retests, and then continue selling. Again, I'm going to put the news up on screen, put the pound yen for you guys, and again, just the most important news that will be affecting our pairs. So looking at the notorious gold spot USD, okay, looking at price action, looking at purely structure, okay, I'm seeing this as a higher high, higher low, okay, but we are technically in a slight range, okay, because we're failing to break this 1740 level. But for me, I'm going to be wanting to look for some buys, because I'm seeing this as a higher low, as we managed to break this lower low we recently had here, okay. So we can see that we have a strong set of buy orders at this level. Why? Because we can clearly see that, look, we've got some strong impulsive bullish candles, so there's clearly buyers at this level, okay. So come Monday, what I'd want to look for is a nice strong push and close above this level we've recently been rejecting from, okay. We see you've got rejections here, but on the second time we didn't break all the way down. We stopped at this 1700 level where there is plenty of buy orders being set, okay. So if we can see a strong break and close above this 1740 level, I'd want to look for just a simple clean retest, come back to the area. Doesn't have to come back exactly, guys, it just needs to come back to the area, create that higher low, look for indecision candles, look for bullish sentiment, look to enter on the higher lows, scale into our lower time frame, see how price is just reacting once we see the exhaust. But again, if we can see a break of this level, it would be a perfect opportunity to buy back up to some of the 1800 levels we've got up here, okay. But again, if price does fail to break this level, this is going to be a really nice level to look for sell opportunities, okay? Because I can guarantee there's going to be a lot of sellers waiting at this 1740 level to put their sell orders. So be careful, watch out for any fake outs, because price could fake out and then drop back in again and then come back down to the 1700 level. So make sure if we are looking for buys and price to break and close above, we want to make sure we want to see a strong close above, price pulling back, rejection to break back in, and then look for our buys. But again, price can do anything, so like I'm saying, if we can see rejections at this level, price failing to go back through, maybe scale down into our intraday time frames, look for some bearish structure, and maybe look to sell back down to the 1700 level. Okay, so last but not least, my favourite pair. I thought I'd leave it to last, as I do like to break this pair down quite a lot. Okay, so if you follow me on my Instagram, you'll see that I had this level set, price was coming back to it, we did actually reject it, we see this wick rejection here, but we broke back through, did come near this 1.38500 level, quite a lot of buy orders to push this back up, and we're closing above this level, okay. So looking at price action, looking at purely structure, we're seeing higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, okay. So to continue buying this pair, what I'm going to want to see is I'm going to want to see price to hold above this level we've got here, okay. And really I'd love to see some new higher highs, because this is a level where price has been rejecting from for the third time now, okay. If price does reject this level for the fourth time, we can probably see that price is going to come back, reject, and maybe come back to some of these 1.38500 levels, right? But what we want to buy with this, the trend is up, the bulls are in control, so really I want to If I see price stay above this 1.39100 level, I'm going to be looking for buys, but really I want to see throughout the week is price making some new higher highs on the 4H time frame, pulling back again, rejecting to close back below, looking for that higher low entries, scaling into our lower time frames to look for them sniper entries, and maybe buy back up to these 1.4100 levels we've got here, okay? But if, again, price can do anything as we know, guys. If price is going to break and stay below this level, I'll maybe look for a bounce off here, retest to the 1.39100 level. This would then we can then anticipate this as our new lower high. This would be our new lower low, and look for some sell opportunities at this level. As long as price is failing to break back through, we can then maybe sell back down to the 1.3800 level where price was ranging from recently. Going to put the news up on the screen for you guys. Most of the pound and dollar would have been broken down by now. But that's going to finish us off for the Sunday forecast, the Sunday analysis. Like I said in the beginning, if you've got any suggestions or any pairs that you want to see me analyse, just comment down below and I'll be sure to break it down in the next forecast, okay? Hope you guys have all had a great weekend. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you all in the next one.